Rand Paul and Whoopi Goldberg clash in intense debate on The View. Rand Paul and Whoopi Goldberg clash in intense debate on The View. When politics met primetime fire, the Broadway drama of morning TV. Tempers flared, voices rose, and sparks flew as Senator Rand Paul and Whoopi Goldberg went toe-to-toe on The View. Was it politics, or personal? Buckle up, this wasn't just TV, it was a full-on Broadway showdown. In what can only be described as morning television's version of Hamilton meets House of Cards, sparks erupted between libertarian firebrand Senator Rand Paul and outspoken Hollywood icon Whoopi Goldberg on a recent episode of The View. The topic: the border crisis, COVID-19 mandates, and the American justice system. The result: a theatrical verbal brawl that had the audience gasping, the panelists scrambling, and social media in meltdown mode. Act 1. The opening volley. It all started innocently enough. Rand Paul joined The View for what was promoted as a candid conversation on national policy. But if producers expected calm dialogue, they forgot one key thing: this is Whoopi's house. When Paul began discussing what he called overreach in federal mandates and border security failures, Whoopi's brow furrowed like a storm was rolling in. She leaned forward, hands steepled. "Senator, with all due respect," she said, "people died. Families were torn apart, and you're worried about mandates." The audience let out a collective ooh. Act 2. Clash of the Titans. Paul didn't flinch, he matched her energy, shooting back. "I'm worried about government overreach. I'm worried about the Constitution. And I'm worried that people like you are okay giving up freedom for a false sense of security." That was the match. The flame exploded. Whoopi's response was swift and unfiltered. "False sense of security? Tell that to the families who couldn't say goodbye to loved ones because your colleagues didn't take COVID seriously." Cue gasps. Cue clutching of pearls. Cue Broadway-style zoom on the audience. Even co-hosts Joy Behar and Sunny Hostin were caught in the crossfire, trying to interject but getting steamrolled by the verbal tug-of-war. The segment spiraled into a passionate, unscripted debate that felt less like daytime talk and more like death of a salesman, the libertarian cut. Act 3. The aftermath. By the time the commercial break came, Whoopi had removed her glasses. Paul had loosened his tie. The tension could be sliced with a butter knife. Twitter was ablaze. Post-show, Paul's team claimed he came to speak truth, not win popularity, while Goldberg addressed the drama on the next day's show. "Sometimes the truth makes people uncomfortable. I'm okay with that. This wasn't just a political debate, it was a cultural clash with Emmy-worthy emotion." Whose side are you on? Drop a comment, hit subscribe, and don't miss the next episode of real-life drama that even Broadway couldn't write.